The Force is light and full of shadows.
Before we dive in, check the link in the description if you want exclusive Timelines members-only videos you won't find on YouTube. All on our Patreon. Jedi Temple. 12 seats arranged in a circle. Masters occupy most of them. Some present as holograms from distant battlefields. Mace Windu sits forward. Purple robes. Hard eyes. Voice like iron. You are on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of Master. Anakin Skywalker stands in the center. 22 years old. Battle-worn Jedi robes. Mechanical right hand clenched. What? How can you do this? This is outrageous. It's unfair. I'm more powerful than any of you. How can you be on the council and not be a master? Mace's expression doesn't soften. Take a seat, young Skywalker. Anakin's face burns with humiliation. Rage. He sits. The council continues discussing the war. Obi-Wan Kenobi speaks about Utapau. General Grievous sighted there. He'll depart soon to hunt the separatist leader. Anakin barely hears them. His mind is screaming. After everything. After rescuing the Chancellor. After killing Count Dooku. After 3 years of war. Still not a master. Still not trusted. Still. Then, without warning, time fractures. 23 years of memories detonate inside Anakin Skywalker's skull. Not a vision. Not a premonition. Complete lived experience. The suit, black armor encasing every centimeter of skin. Servos in joints. Respirator in chest. The helmet that never comes off. The breathing. That breathing. K-H-H-H-H-H-H-A. Endless. Mechanical. The rhythm of a machine keeping a corpse alive. The Opera House. Palpatine's voice smooth as silk. Have you ever heard the Tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? The Office. The revelation. I can teach you to save your wife from certain death. The choice. The terrible choice. Mace Windu on the floor. Palpatine's lightning. I need him. Cutting off Mace's hand. Purple lightsaber tumbling. Mace screaming as lightning blasts him through the window. Kneeling. Henceforth, you shall be known as Darth Vader. The Temple. Marching with the 501st. Younglings hiding in the council chamber. Master Skywalker. There are too many of them. What are we going to do? Lightsaber igniting. Their screams. Mustafar. Padmé arriving. Anakin, you're breaking my heart. His hand rising, the Force choking her. Obi-Wan appearing. You were my brother, Anakin. I loved you. The duel. The high ground. The jump. The mistake. Obi-Wan's blade taking both legs. Left arm. The lava. The burning. The screaming that goes on forever. The operating table. Droids working. The mask sealing. First mechanical breath. K-A-H-H-P-H-H. Lord Vader, can you hear me? Where is Padmé? Is she safe? Is she all right? It seems in your anger you killed her. No, that's not true. That's impossible. The rage. The Force exploding. Medical equipment shattering. The lie. The prison. The suit becomes the cage. 20 years. Empire. Death Star. Alderaan exploding. Billions screaming. Leia tortured. I felt a great disturbance in the Force. Cloud City. Luke's hand severed. I am your father. The boy falling. Choosing death over joining him. The second Death Star. Emperor's throne room. Luke being electrocuted. Father, please. The choice. The final choice. Lifting Palpatine. Lightning turning inward. The fall. The mask removed. Scarred face beneath. Dying. Tell your sister you were right. All of it. 45 years compressed into 1 second. Anakin doesn't just remember Vader's life. He experiences it. Lives it. Becomes it. Every murder. Every atrocity. Every moment of howling self-hatred trapped in machinery. Then present reality slams back. He's sitting in the council chamber. 22 years old. Whole body. Both legs. Both arms. Mace Windu is still talking. And once you've destroyed Grievous, the war will be over. But Anakin isn't listening. He's cataloging. Processing. Vader's tactical mind overlaying Anakin's emotions. Assessment. Current timeline. Day 2. 19 BBY. Morning. Post-Battle of Coruscant. Dooku dead. Palpatine rescued. Personal status. Denied rank of Master approximately 2 minutes ago. Humiliated. Angry. Vulnerable. Padmé status. Pregnant. Approximately 4 months. Doesn't know it's twins yet. Anakin knows she's pregnant but hasn't told anyone. Marriage still secret. Obi-Wan status present in this room. Still on Coruscant. Won't depart for Utapau for 24 to 36 hours. This is critical. In the other timeline, Anakin fell after Obi-Wan left. This time, Obi-Wan is here. Palpatine's status. Has not revealed himself yet. Still playing concerned mentor. Waiting for the right moment. The Opera House conversation hasn't happened. The Plagueis story hasn't been told. Order 66 status. Active. Ready. Chips in every clone's brain across the galaxy. 1 transmission away from Jedi genocide. Opportunity window. Approximately 48 hours before canonical fall. Anakin's breathing steadies. The rage from the Council's denial is still there. But now it's wrapped in ice-cold clarity. He knows what happens if he follows his emotions. If he trusts Palpatine, if he tries to save Padmé alone, everyone dies. Including her. The council meeting concludes. Masters standing. Obi-Wan approaches. Anakin, are you all right? You look pale. I need to talk to you. Privately. It's urgent. Obi-Wan's concern deepens. Of course. My quarters. No. Somewhere the council can't overhear. And I need to see Padmé first. Anakin. Please, Master. Trust me. Just this once. Obi-Wan studies his former Padawan. Something in Anakin's eyes. Not anger. Not confusion. Certainty. Cold and absolute. I'll wait for you in the room of 1,000 fountains. 2 hours. Anakin nods. Leaves the council chamber. In the corridor, he activates his comlink. R2. I need you to prepare a secure recording device. Undetectable. Encrypted. Can you do that? R2-D2's whistle confirms. Good. Bring it to Padmé's apartment. I'm on my way. Padmé's apartment. Senatorial district. An hour later. Anakin enters. C-3PO bustles forward. Oh, Master Anakin. How wonderful to see you. Shall I inform Mistress Padmé? Where is she? In her chambers, sir. But she's resting and requested not to be. Anakin walks past him. No time for protocol. Padmé's bedroom. She's by the window. Senator's casual robes. Hair down. Hand resting on her barely visible belly. She turns. Sees his face. Rushes to him. Anakin, what's wrong? What happened? He takes her hands. Leads her to sit on the bed. I need to tell you something. Multiple things. And you're going to think I've lost my mind. But I need you to listen. All the way through. Can you do that? Her concern intensifies. You're scaring me. Good. You should be scared. We're all in danger. But I can stop it if you trust me. She nods slowly. I trust you. Anakin takes a breath. Where to start? How to explain the impossible? The council denied me the rank of master this morning. Oh, Ani, I'm so sorry. That's not fair after everything you've... That's not the important part. When Mace Windu told me to take a seat, something happened. I had a vision. It was a memory. 23 years of memories from a future that hasn't happened yet. Padmé's expression shifts to worry. Anakin, maybe you should see a healer. The stress of the war, the Chancellor's capture. Padmé, you're pregnant with twins. A boy and a girl. Luke and Leia. She goes very still. You don't know it's twins yet. The medical droids haven't detected the second heartbeat. But I'm telling you now, 2 children. Our children. How could you possibly? 'Cause in the future I remember. I watched them being born. Separately. Hidden from me. Because I'd already fallen to the dark side and become a monster. He stands. Paces. The words pouring out now. Supreme Chancellor Palpatine is Darth Sidious. The Sith Lord we've been searching for. He's been manipulating me since I was 9 years old. Every conversation. Every piece of advice. Every moment of paternal concern. It's been grooming. Padmé's hand covers her mouth. In the timeline I remember, he reveals himself to me. He tells me he can teach me to save you from dying in childbirth. I have visions, nightmares, about you dying. They're so vivid I can't sleep. And he offers me a solution. The dark side. Anakin. I believe him. I help him kill Mace Windu. I kneel before him. I become Darth Vader. He sends me to the Jedi Temple with the 501st Legion. I march into the council chamber, where younglings are hiding. And I slaughter them. Padmé stands, backing away. No, you wouldn't. You couldn't. I did. I will. Unless we change it. His voice breaks. Then you come to Mustafar to stop me, to bring me back, and I choke you with the Force. Nearly kill you. Obi-Wan has to intervene. We duel. I lose. I'm burned alive in lava, left for dead. But Palpatine saves me, puts me in a black suit, mechanical armor. I spend 23 years breathing through a machine, serving Emperor Palpatine, hunting Jedi, destroying worlds, until our son Luke refuses to join me. Refuses to turn to the dark side. And I finally choose. I kill Palpatine, save Luke, and die. Silence. Padmé is crying, shaking her head. This is insane. You'll die in childbirth, not from the Force choke injuries, from a broken heart, because you'll believe I betrayed everything we stood for. The medical droids will say we don't know why. She's lost the will to live, and our children will grow up without either of us. He crosses to her, takes her shoulders, but I can stop it. All of it. I know what Palpatine is. I know his plan. I know about Order 66, the contingency order that will make every clone trooper execute their Jedi generals simultaneously. I know where the separatist leaders are hiding. I know how the war ends. How do I know you're telling the truth? Because I know things I shouldn't. I know you're going to ask me, what about Obi-Wan? And I'm going to tell you I have to confess to him next. I know you wanted to name our daughter after your mother, Jobal, but in the other timeline, Obi-Wan names her Leia. I know that in 3 days, Palpatine will invite me to the opera. He'll tell me the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise, a Sith legend about a dark lord who could prevent death. Padmé wipes her eyes. Can you prove any of this? Not yet. But I will. I'm going to set a trap for Palpatine. Get him to reveal himself. Record his confession. Then bring the Jedi Council and the Senate, proof that the Supreme Chancellor is a Sith Lord orchestrating both sides of the war. He's too popular. Then we make them believe it. But first, I need you to know 3 truths. 3 things I've been hiding. He kneels before her, takes her hands. 1. We're married. I'm breaking the Jedi code by being with you, by loving you, and I don't care anymore. The code is wrong. 2. Chancellor Palpatine is Darth Sidious, and he's planning to turn me into his apprentice, destroy the Jedi, and declare himself emperor. I remember every murder, every atrocity, every moment of serving the dark side, and I will do anything to prevent that future, even if it means exposing our marriage, even if it means being expelled from the Order. Padmé is crying harder now, but she's nodding. I believe you. Why? Because you've never looked at me like this before. Like you've seen hell. Like you're trying to claw your way back from it. She pulls him up, embraces him. What do you need me to do? Right now? Just be safe. Stay here. I'm going to confess to Obi-Wan. Then I'm going to the council with intelligence about Order 66. Then I'm going to trap Palpatine. Anakin, if you're right about him being Sidious, he's the most dangerous being in the galaxy. You can't face him alone. I won't. I'm going to make sure the entire Jedi Council and half the Senate has proof before we move against him. But I need you to promise me something. Anything. If something goes wrong, if Palpatine activates Order 66 before we stop him. If the temple burns, you run. Take our children and run. Don't look back. I'm not leaving you. Padmé, no. We face this together, like we've faced everything else. He kisses her. Desperate. Grateful. I love you. I love you too. Now go. Talk to Obi-Wan. We don't have much time. Anakin leaves. R2-D2 is waiting in the corridor with the recording device. Small, easily concealed, encrypted signal. Good work, R2. I'll need this later. For now, stay with Padmé. Keep her safe. The droid whistles acknowledgement. Room of 1,000 fountains. Jedi Temple. Obi-Wan Kenobi sits on a meditation stone, surrounded by waterfalls, green plants. Peaceful. He senses Anakin before seeing him. There you are. I was beginning to worry. Anakin sits across from him. Doesn't speak immediately. Obi-Wan waits. Patient. He spent 13 years learning to read his former Padawan. I need to tell you 3 things, Anakin finally says. And you're going to want to expel me from the Order. Maybe arrest me. But I'm asking you to hear me out. All the way through. Before you decide. Obi-Wan's expression becomes cautious. Very well. First truth. I'm married. To Padmé Amidala. We were married 3 years ago on Naboo after the Battle of Geonosis. She's pregnant. 4 months. I've been violating the Jedi Code for our entire relationship. Obi-Wan's face goes pale, opens his mouth, closes it. Second truth, Supreme Chancellor Palpatine is Darth Sidious. The Sith Lord we've been searching for. He's been manipulating me since I was 9 years old. He orchestrated the Clone Wars. He controls both the Republic and the Separatists. And he's planning to destroy the Jedi Order within the next few days. Obi-Wan stands. Anakin. That's third truth. I've experienced 23 years of memories from a future where I fall to the dark side. Where I become Palpatine's apprentice. Darth Vader. Where I help him murder the Jedi. Where I kill younglings in this very temple. Where I choke Padmé nearly to death. Where you defeat me on Mustafar and leave me burning in lava. Where I spend 2 decades in a black suit, serving Emperor Palpatine, until our son redeems me. Silence. Just the sound of waterfalls. Obi-Wan sits back down, heavily, like his legs won't hold him. Our son. Padmé's pregnant with twins, Luke and Leia. In the other timeline, you raise Luke on Tatooine. Bail Organa raises Leia on Alderaan. They never know each other until they're 19 years old and the Empire, Palpatine's empire, is hunting them. But, Master, I'm telling you the truth. Every word. Obi-Wan looks at him. Really looks. Searching for deception. For dark side corruption. For anything that explains this. He finds only pain. Terrible. Absolute pain. When did this memory transfer occur? This morning. When Mace denied me the rank of Master. The moment he said take a seat. Everything crashed into my mind. 23 years. 45 years of life lived in 1 second. And you believe Chancellor Palpatine is Sidious. I know he is. I've heard him admit it. I've knelt before him. I've served him. I know his voice, his presence, his power. It's him. Paces. This is impossible. Unthinkable. But the Council has suspected for some time that the Sith Lord is close, influencing the Senate. We've felt the dark side growing stronger on Coruscant. But the Chancellor, he's been our ally for 13 years. He's been playing both sides for 13 years. Count Dooku was his apprentice, Darth Tyrannus. When I killed Dooku, I was eliminating Palpatine's discarded tool. He was planning to replace Dooku with me. What proof do you have? Right now? None. Just knowledge. But I can get proof. I know what he's going to say. I know how he reveals himself. In the other timeline, he invites me to the opera in a few days, tells me the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise, a Sith legend about preventing death. Then, later, he reveals himself in his office, says, "Learn to know the dark side of the Force, and you will be able to save your wife from certain death." Obi-Wan stops pacing. Your wife. Yes. Padmé. Yes. You married her. Yes. Obi-Wan sits again, puts his head in his hands. I should be furious with you. I should report you to the Council immediately. Attachment is forbidden. Marriage is forbidden. You violated the code in the most fundamental way. I know. But Obi-Wan looks up. I also trained you, raised you. And I've never seen you like this. You're different. Calmer. Clearer. Despite having just admitted to future atrocities. Because I've lived them. I know where rage leads. Where fear leads. Where attachment without wisdom leads. The dark side isn't theoretical to me anymore, Master. It's memory. What do you need from me? What? If what you're saying is true, and I'm not saying I believe it yet, but if it's true, What do you need me to do? Don't go to Utapau. I have orders. Grievous is there. In the other timeline, you go to Utapau. You kill Grievous. Then Palpatine transmits Order 66. Your clone commander, Cody, shoots you off a cliff. You barely survive. You have to flee alone while your entire battalion hunts you. Obi-Wan's face goes hard. Cody would never. He won't have a choice. Every clone has a behavioral modification chip in their brain, implanted by the Kaminoans on Palpatine's orders. Order 66 is a contingency command that forces them to execute all Jedi, simultaneously, across the galaxy, without hesitation, without question. That's Obi-Wan can't finish the sentence. I know the chip location. I know the activation codes. I know the relay infrastructure. I know which commanders will kill which Jedi. Master Yoda barely escapes Kashyyyk when his battalion turns on him. Master Plo Koon is shot out of the sky over Cato Nemoidia. Ki-Adi-Mundi is gunned down on Megiddo. The Order is destroyed in one night. Obi-Wan's hand moves to his lightsaber. Unconscious. Protective. How do we stop it? We expose Palpatine before he can give the order. We get proof. We remove him from power. Then we deactivate the chips in every clone across the galaxy. And if we fail, then we evacuate the temple, scatter the Jedi, prepare for genocide. Obi-Wan stands. Decision made. I'm not going to Utapau. I'm staying here. And I'm going to the council with you. They won't believe me. Not after denying me master rank. They'll think I'm bitter, compromised. Perhaps. But they'll believe evidence. You said you know what Palpatine will say. His exact words. Yes. Then we record it. Trap him into revealing himself. Transmit it to the council in real time. Make it impossible to deny. Anakin nods. I have a recording device. R2 built it. Undetectable. Encrypted. When is Palpatine supposed to reveal himself? In the other timeline, it happens in stages. Opera House conversation in about 3 days. Then a private meeting in his office after you've left for Utapau. He'll say I'm the Sith Lord and ask me what I'm going to do. So we accelerate the timeline, force his hand, make him reveal himself before he's ready. How? Obi-Wan's expression becomes strategic. You go to him. Tell him you're conflicted about the council denying you master rank. That you're angry. That you need his guidance. Draw him out, make him think you're vulnerable. Then, when he reveals himself, we have proof. That's exactly what he wants. He's been waiting for me to be vulnerable. Yes. But this time you'll be prepared. You'll know what he's going to say, and the council will be listening. Anakin considers. It could work. Palpatine thinks he's still manipulating an angry, conflicted young Jedi. He doesn't know Anakin has 23 years of Vader's memories. We need to convince the council first. About the chips. About Order 66. Otherwise, they won't take the Palpatine revelation seriously. Then we start with evidence they can verify. Kamino, the cloning facility. If the chips exist, the Kaminoans will have records. Jedi Temple, Council Chamber, emergency session. 3 hours later. All 12 council members present. Some holographic, some physical. Mace Windu sits forward, arms crossed. Suspicious. You've called an emergency session, Skywalker. This had better be worth interrupting the war effort. Anakin stands in the center. Obi-Wan beside him. Unprecedented. A master vouching for a Padawan. Masters, I have critical intelligence about a threat to the Jedi Order. A threat greater than the Separatists. Greater than Count Dooku. Ki-Adi-Mundi. What threat could possibly be greater? The clone army. Murmurs ripple through the council. Mace. Explain. Every clone trooper has a behavioral modification chip implanted in their brain, located near the cerebellum. Installed during the cloning process on Kamino. The chips can override free will and force the clones to obey specific contingency orders. Plo Koon. That's absurd. Our clone commanders are loyal. We've fought beside them for 3 years. They are loyal. Right now. But if someone transmits the activation code, their loyalty will be overridden. They won't be able to resist. Shakti, via hologram from Kamino. What is this activation code? Order 66. Execute all Jedi. Silence. Complete silence. Yoda leans forward, ancient eyes sharp. Serious these accusations are. Proof you have? Not yet. But the records will be on Kamino, in the cloning facility. The chips were ordered by someone using the name Tyrannus, Count Dooku's Sith name. Mace's eyes narrow. How do you know Dooku's Sith name? Because Anakin, hesitates. How much to reveal? I had a vision. A Force vision unlike anything I've experienced before. I saw the future. I saw Order 66 transmitted. I saw our clone commanders executing their Jedi generals across the galaxy, simultaneously. Kiadi Mundi, visions can be misleading. This wasn't a normal vision. It was complete, detailed. I know the chip locations. I know the relay infrastructure. I know which commanders will kill which Jedi if this order is given. Obi-Wan speaks. Masters, I've known Anakin for 13 years. I've never seen him like this. Whatever he experienced, it was real to him. And if there's even a chance the chips exist, we must investigate. Mace, what else did you see in this vision, Skywalker? The trap. The question Anakin knew was coming. I saw the Jedi temple burning. I saw younglings dead. I saw the Republic become an empire. And I saw the Sith Lord behind it all. Who? I'd rather confirm it before making that accusation. But if I'm right, the danger is imminent. We have perhaps 48 hours before the order is destroyed. Yoda closes his eyes, reaching through the Force, searching. Clouded, the future is. But darkness I sense. Great danger to the order. Mace stands. Very well. Master Shakti, you're already on Kamino. Investigate the cloning facility. Search for evidence of these chips. If they exist, we'll deal with them. If not, he looks at Anakin. If not, we'll discuss your tendency toward alarming visions. Shakti's hologram nods. I'll begin immediately. It will take time to access the genetic records. We don't have time, Anakin says. Master T, request to examine a clone volunteer. CT 5555. Fives. He's stationed on Kamino. If you scan his brain, you'll find the chip. How do you know this clone's designation? Because in the vision he discovered the chips. He tried to warn us. We didn't listen. He was killed before he could prove it. Shakti's expression becomes grim. I'll find CT 5555. Her hologram flickers out. The council debates, arguing. Some believe Anakin, others think he's delusional. The stress of war, the denial of master rank. But Yoda's voice cuts through. Investigate we must. Too great the risk is. Dismiss we cannot. Agreed. But there's still the matter of the Sith Lord. You said you saw who's behind this. Who is it? Anakin takes a breath. This is the moment. I can't tell you. Not yet. Because if I'm wrong, I'll destroy an innocent person's reputation. But if I'm right, I need to get proof. Undeniable proof. And I have a plan to do that. What plan? I'm going to make him reveal himself. I'm going to record his confession. And I'm going to transmit it to the council in real time so you can hear it yourselves. Mace's suspicion intensifies. And when will this revelation occur? Possibly sooner if I can accelerate his timeline. This is highly irregular. Master Windu. Obi-Wan's voice is firm. I vouch for Anakin. I believe he's telling the truth. And I believe we should allow him to pursue this lead while Master Shakti investigates Kamino. Mace looks at Obi-Wan, then at Anakin. You have 3 days. If Master Shakti confirms the chips exist, we'll reassess. If not, you and I will have a very serious conversation about appropriate use of the council's time. Understood. The council adjourns. As Anakin and Obi-Wan leave, Yoda calls out, Young Skywalker. A moment. They stop. Turn. Yoda hobbles forward on his cane. Seen something you have. Something terrible. Feel it in you, I do. Fear, anger, pain. Yes, Master, but also determination, clarity. Changed you are. Since this morning, different you seem. I know what's at stake now. I know what happens if I fail. Yoda studies him. Careful, you must be. The dark side clouds the future. Trust in your vision completely. You should not. I don't trust the vision, Master. I trust what I learned from it. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. I've lived the suffering. I won't let it happen again. Yoda nods slowly. May the Force be with you. Anakin and Obi-Wan walk through the temple corridors. That went better than I expected, Obi-Wan says. Mace doesn't trust me. He never has. No, but he trusts the Force. And Yoda sensed something. They'll investigate. We need Shakti to find the chips. Without that proof, the Council will never believe Palpatine is Sidious. And if she does find them, then we move to Phase 2. I confront Palpatine. Get him to reveal himself. Record everything. They reach an empty training room. Obi-Wan activates the privacy field. Anakin, before we go any further, I need to know the future you saw, where you fell to the dark side, where you became Vader. Did you ever come back? Yes. How? Luke. Our son. He refused to join the dark side, refused to kill me, chose death rather than turn, and watching him be tortured by Palpatine, watching my son die for what he believed in, I finally chose. I killed Palpatine, threw him down a reactor shaft, died from the lightning, but I came back to the light before the end. Obi-Wan's eyes are wet. You redeemed yourself, when I didn't believe it myself. Then we make sure that timeline never happens. We make sure Luke grows up with his father, not as an enemy, but as a family. Anakin nods. Thank you, Master, for believing me, for standing with me. Always, my friend. Now, let's stop a Sith Lord. Kamino. Tipoca City, cloning facility. Same day, evening. Master Shakti stands in the sterile white corridors. Rain hammers against transperisteel viewports. Lightning flashes over endless ocean. Beside her, Kaminoan scientists. Tall, pale, unsettling. Prime Minister Lama Su approaches. Graceful movements. Large black eyes unreadable. Master Jedi, your request to examine clone CT 5555 is unusual. Is there a problem with this unit? I need to conduct a neurological scan. Standard inspection. Our clones undergo extensive quality control. I assure you, nevertheless, I require access to CT 5555 immediately. Lama Su's expression doesn't change, but something flickers in those eyes. Calculation. Of course, this way. Medical Bay. CT 5555. 5 stands at attention. Young face. Regulation haircut. ARC trooper armor removed for examination. Sir, ma'am, CT 5555 reporting as ordered. Shakti nods. At ease, trooper. This is a routine examination. I need you to lie down on the medical table. 5s complies. No hesitation. Perfect soldier obedience. The medical droids begin. Deep tissue scans, neural mapping. Holographic displays showing brain structure in 3 dimensions. Shakti watches. Lama Su watches her. Minutes pass. Then, there, buried in the brain tissue near the cerebellum, a foreign object. Organic components interfaced with mechanical circuitry, approximately 2 millimeters in diameter. What is that? Shakti's voice is ice. The medical droid rotates the hologram. A biochip, Master Jedi, directly interfaced with inhibitor centers of the brain. Lama Su steps forward. Smooth. Practiced. Ah, yes. The behavioral modification chip. Standard protocol for all clones. Ensures stability and reduces aggressive tendencies. Behavioral modification. Shakti turns to face him. You implanted control devices in sentient beings without their consent. They are products, Master Jedi. Designed for specific purpose. The chip ensures optimal performance. I want it removed, now. That is not advisable. Removal could cause brain damage, personality changes, or death. Remove it. That's an order. Lama Su's eyes narrow fractionally. Very well. But I must note this in our records. The Jedi assume all responsibility for consequences. The procedure takes 90 minutes. Delicate. Dangerous. One wrong move could lobotomize 5s or kill him outright. But the Kaminoan surgeons are precise. The chip is extracted. Placed in a sterile container. 5 sits up slowly. Blinks. Touches his head. Sir? What just happened? How do you feel, trooper? I feel clearer? It's hard to explain. Like there was static in my head I didn't notice until it stopped. Shaak Ti takes the container, examines the chip. Tiny, unassuming, terrifying. I need a full analysis. Decrypt its programming. I want to know exactly what this device does. Lama Su hesitates. The programming is proprietary Kamino technology. You will provide full access to all chip specifications. Or I will recommend the Jedi Council terminate our contract and remove the entire Grand Army from your facility. Silence. Then Lama Su inclines his head. Of course, Master Jedi. I'll have the technical specifications sent to your station immediately. The analysis takes hours. Kamino and technicians working under Shaak Ti's supervision. The data is extensive, disturbing. The chip contains 150 contingency orders, specific commands, triggered by specific phrases from specific sources. Order 4. Fire on Republic Command in the event of Commander compromise. Order 5. Remove the Supreme Chancellor if he is deemed unfit. Order 37. Capture and detain Republic leadership during crisis. And buried deepest in the programming. Order 66. Shaak Ti reads it again. Her hands shake. Contingency Order 66. In the event of Jedi officers acting against the interests of the Republic, and after receiving specific orders verified as coming directly from the Supreme Commander, Supreme Chancellor, all battalion commanders are to execute their Jedi officers immediately and without hesitation. The room temperature seems to drop. Who ordered this? Shaak Ti's voice is barely a whisper. The Kamino technician checks records, fingers dancing across holographic interface. The Clone Army contract was initiated by Jedi Master Sifo Dyas approximately 10 years ago, but the financial records show actual payment came from a representative named Tyrannus. Tyrannus, the name Anakin said. Count Dooku's Sith name. Shaak Ti activates her comlink, emergency frequency, directly to the Jedi Council on Coruscant. Master Windu, Master Yoda, I'm transmitting findings from Kamino. You need to see this immediately. Jedi Temple, Council Chamber, night, same day, every council member present. Physical or holographic, emergency session. Mace Windu stands at the center. Holographic display showing the chip analysis. The contingency orders. Order 66. The chamber is silent except for rain pattering against windows. Ki Adi Mundi breaks the silence. This is impossible. The entire Grand Army is programmed to execute us. Shaak Ti's hologram, not just execute, murder, without question, without hesitation, on command from the Supreme Chancellor, Plo Koon. But why? What purpose does this serve? Yoda's voice is heavy, ancient, a trap. The clone army is built to destroy the Jedi from within. Orchestrated by the Sith, this was. Mace turns to where Anakin stands with Obi-Wan in the gallery. Skywalker, you knew about this. Exactly as you described. Yes, Master. What else do you know? What else haven't you told us? Anakin steps forward. I know that in the other timeline this order is transmitted in approximately 72 hours. I know that Palpatine gives the command. I know that Jedi across the galaxy are gunned down by the soldiers they trusted. Palpatine. Mace's voice is flat. You're accusing the Supreme Chancellor. Yes. Based on a vision. Based on lived experience. Master Windu, I'm not asking you to arrest him on my word alone. I'm asking you to let me get proof. Let me force him to reveal himself. Then you'll have all the evidence you need. Obi-Wan speaks. The chips are real. Anakin's intelligence was accurate about them. Perhaps we should trust his intelligence about the source. Mace paces. This is unprecedented. The Supreme Chancellor, the man who's led the Republic for 13 years. But the chips are real. The programming is undeniable. What's your plan, Skywalker? I go to Palpatine. Tonight. I tell him I'm conflicted about being denied master rank. That I'm angry with the Council. Make him think I'm vulnerable. Draw him into revealing himself. And if he doesn't take the bait, he will. He's been waiting for exactly this moment. My entire relationship with him has been building to this. He'll see my anger as an opportunity. Kit Fisto, and you'll be recording this conversation. Yes. I have an encrypted device. It will transmit directly to the Council in real time. You'll hear everything he says. Mace exchanges glances with Yoda. The ancient Grand Master nods slowly. A great risk, this is, but greater risk, inaction is. Proceed, young Skywalker may, but careful, he must be. Dangerous, Sidious is. I know exactly how dangerous he is. I've served him for 20 years. The Council agrees. Reluctantly, contingency plans are made. If Palpatine reveals himself, Mace will lead an arrest team. Masters Fisto, Tien, and Kolar. Obi-Wan will accompany them. If the recording confirms Palpatine is Sidious, they move immediately. No delays, no Senate approval, just action. Anakin leaves to prepare. In the corridor, Obi-Wan catches his arm. Anakin, are you certain you want to do this? Face him alone? I won't be alone. You'll be listening. And I know what he's going to say. I've heard it before. In the other timeline, what happened when he revealed himself? He told me he could teach me to save Padmé, offered me the dark side. I was desperate. Afraid. I lowered my lightsaber and ran to tell you and Mace. By the time you arrived, he was ready. He killed Ajahn Kolar and Saesee Tiin in seconds. And this time? This time, I know his promises are lies. And this time, you'll be prepared before you arrive. Obi-Wan grips his shoulder. May the Force be with you. May the Force be with us all. Padmé's apartment. 1 hour later, Anakin enters. Padmé rushes to him. I heard the Council called an emergency session. What happened? Shakti found the chips. Order 66 is real. The Council believes me now. Relief floods her face. Thank the Force. Now I have to get Palpatine to confess. I'm going to his office tonight. Fear replaces relief. Anakin, no. If he's really Sidious, if he's as powerful as you say, I have to. It's the only way to get proof the Council will accept. Then I'm coming with you. Absolutely not. You're pregnant. You're staying here where it's safe. Safe? If Palpatine is orchestrating this war, nowhere is safe. I'm a senator, Anakin. I can be there in an official capacity, providing political oversight. Padmé, no. I'm not letting you face him alone, even with the Council listening. I'm coming. He wants to argue, but he sees the determination in her eyes. Fine, but you stay back. If violence erupts, you run. Promise me. I promise. Senate building. Chancellor's office. Midnight. The office is dark except for city lights through floor-to-ceiling windows. Coruscant spreads below. Endless towers. Endless lights. Palpatine sits behind his desk. Working late. As always. The door chimes. Come in. Anakin enters. Alone. Padmé waits in the outer office with Captain Typho and Senate security. Palpatine looks up. Warm smile. Grandfatherly concern. Anakin, my boy. This is a surprise. Is everything all right? I need to talk to you, Chancellor, about the Council. Of course. Sit, please. Anakin sits. The recording device is hidden in his utility belt, already transmitting to the Jedi Temple. In the Council chamber, every master listens. Mace Windu stands ready. The arrest team assembled. The Council denied me the rank of Master today. Anakin begins. Palpatine's expression becomes sympathetic. I heard. I'm so sorry, Anakin. After everything you've done for the Republic. It's deeply unfair. They don't trust me. They never have. The Jedi fear your power. They always have. You're too strong, too independent. They want to control you, not celebrate you. I've served them for 13 years. Fought in their war, risked my life countless times. And it's still not enough. It will never be enough for them. Palpatine leans forward, voice becoming softer, more intimate. They're afraid, Anakin. Afraid of what you represent. The chosen one. The prophecy. Power they cannot control. In the Council chamber, Mace's jaw tightens. He's manipulating him. Poisoning him against us. Yoda, patience. Let the conversation unfold. I don't know what to do anymore, Anakin says. Voice carefully calibrated. Vulnerable. Lost. I've given everything to the Order, but I'm still treated like a child. Because they see you as a threat. But I see you for what you truly are, Anakin. Not a threat. A hero. The greatest warrior of this age. Then perhaps the council is blind. Palpatine stands, moves to the window. I've watched you since you were a boy. I've seen your potential, your power, and I've seen the Jedi hold you back at every turn. That emotion clouds judgment. Ah, yes. Their precious code. Palpatine's voice carries subtle disdain. The Jedi teach you to suppress what makes you human, your capacity for love, for loyalty, for passion. They call it attachment, as if loving someone is a weakness. Is it? On the contrary, love is the greatest strength. It's what drives us to achieve the impossible, to protect those we care about, to change the galaxy. Anakin shifts forward. I've been having dreams lately. Nightmares. Palpatine turns. About what? Someone I care about. Dying. I can't save her. No matter what I do. Dreams can be powerful warnings, Anakin. The Force showing you possibilities. Showing you what might come to pass. The Jedi say I should let go. Accept death as part of life. But I can't. I won't. Palpatine approaches slowly, each step calculated. Then you're wiser than they are. Death is not inevitable. Not if you know the right path. What path? There are powers in the galaxy the Jedi won't teach you. Knowledge they've forbidden. But forbidden doesn't mean wrong. It simply means dangerous to their control. In the temple, Obi-Wan whispers, "Here it comes." Palpatine sits beside Anakin. Friendly. Conspiratorial. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Anakin's heart pounds. This is it. The exact speech. Word for word. No. I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. Every Jedi in the council chamber goes rigid. Mace. Did he just say? Silence. Yoda commands. Listen. Darth Plagueis was a Dark Lord of the Sith, so powerful and so wise, he could use the Force to influence the midi-chlorians to create life. He had such a knowledge of the dark side, he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying. He could actually save people from death? The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. What happened to him? He became so powerful the only thing he was afraid of was losing his power, which eventually, of course, he did. Unfortunately, he taught his apprentice everything he knew. Then his apprentice killed him in his sleep. Palpatine pauses. Perfect dramatic timing. Ironic. He could save others from death, but not himself. Is it possible to learn this power? Not from a Jedi. Silence stretches. Anakin lets it hang, playing the role. The desperate young man seeking salvation. You know a lot about the Sith, Chancellor. Palpatine smiles. Not the warm grandfather. Something colder. I've made it my business to understand all aspects of the Force. Not just the narrow dogmatic view of the Jedi. Why are you telling me this? Because I see in you what the Jedi cannot. Potential. Not just as a warrior, but as something greater. Someone who could achieve what Plagueis achieved. Someone who could master life and death itself. The Jedi call that evil. The Jedi call anything beyond their control evil. But evil is a point of view, Anakin. The Sith and the Jedi are similar in almost every way, including their quest for greater power. The Sith rely on passion, on emotion, and the Jedi rely on suppression, on denial. Which philosophy sounds more honest to you? Anakin stands. Paces. This is dangerous territory, Chancellor. Only if you fear knowledge. Only if you're afraid of the truth. What truth? Palpatine stands as well. The mask is slipping now. The friendly Chancellor fading. The truth that the Jedi are failing. That their time is ending. That the galaxy needs new leadership. New strength. And you think the Sith should provide that leadership? I think those who understand true power should lead. Those who aren't afraid to use it. Anakin turns to face him directly. You're talking about yourself. Palpatine's smile widens. Am I? You're Darth Sidious. Palpatine's expression doesn't change, but something shifts in his eyes. Calculation. Reassessment. That's quite an accusation, Anakin. You just told me a Sith legend, spoke admiringly about the dark side, suggested the Jedi's time is ending. You're not exactly being subtle. I'm sharing knowledge with someone I trust, someone I've mentored for 13 years. Is that a crime? It is if you're the Sith Lord orchestrating both sides of this war. What remains is cold, Ancient, powerful. You're more perceptive than I gave you credit for. In the temple, Mace Windu ignites his lightsaber. That's a confession. Move. Now, the arrest team sprints from the council chamber. Obi-Wan, Mace, Kit Fisto, Saesee Tiin, Agen Kolar, running through temple corridors, into a waiting gunship. Travel time to Senate building. Approximately 8 minutes. In the office, Anakin's hand moves toward his lightsaber. So it's true, you are Sidious. I am many things, Anakin. Sidious is one of them. Supreme Chancellor is another. And I have been both for a very long time. You've been manipulating this entire war. I've been guiding the galaxy toward order. The Republic is corrupt, inefficient, dying. The Separatists are a necessary tool to reshape it, to burn away the rot, by killing millions. By creating the conditions for a new era, an empire built on strength, on certainty, on power. Anakin's lightsaber is in his hand now, not ignited, but ready. And where do I fit into this empire? Palpatine's eyes gleam. By my side. As my apprentice. Together we could rule the galaxy, bring true order, end the chaos. What about the Jedi? The Jedi are already doomed. Order 66 will execute them all. Every single one. Within hours if I choose. And if I refuse your offer, then you doom the one person you cannot bear to lose. Anakin's blood runs cold. What? Senator Amidala, your wife. Palpatine's smile is venom. Yes, I know about your secret marriage. I've known for years, and I know she's pregnant. I know you've been having visions of her dying in childbirth. How? Because I sent you those visions, you fool. I planted them in your mind. Twisted your dreams. Made you see her death over and over until you were desperate enough to turn to me for salvation. Rage floods through Anakin. Pure, absolute. But Vader's memories temper it. He knows this rage, knows where it leads. You manipulated my mind. You made me afraid. I gave you motivation, and I can give you the solution. Join me. Learn the dark side and I will teach you to save her. Refuse, and she dies. Along with your children. You're lying. You never intended to save her. In the timeline I remember, I fell to the dark side. I became Darth Vader. I served you for 20 years, and she still died. Your promises are empty. Palpatine's expression shifts. Confusion. Genuine confusion. Timeline you remember? What are you talking about? I've lived this before. I've lived the next 23 years. I know what happens when I trust you. I know what you turn me into. And I'm here to make sure that future never happens. Understanding dawns in Palpatine's eyes. Then fear. Impossible. You cannot know. I know everything. The suit, the mask, the breathing, Mustafar, the younglings, Order 66, the Empire, the Death Star, Alderaan, Luke, Leia, all of it. Palpatine's hands crackled with dark side energy. Then you know I am more powerful than any Jedi, and you know you cannot defeat me alone. Anakin's lightsaber ignites, blue blade humming. I'm not alone. The office doors explode inward. Mace Windu strides through, purple lightsaber blazing. Kit Fisto, Saesee Tiin, Agen Kolar, and Obi-Wan Kenobi behind him, all with weapons drawn. Sheev Palpatine, you are under arrest for treason against the Republic. Palpatine looks at them, at Anakin, at the lightsabers. Then he laughs. Cold, bitter, terrible. So, the Jedi finally reveal their true nature. Attempting to murder the Supreme Chancellor. This is treason. We have your confession, Mace says, every word recorded. Your admission of being Darth Sidious, your manipulation of the war, your planned genocide of the Jedi Order. Recorded by whom? Young Skywalker. Palpatine's smile is poison. I've known about his device since he entered this office. Did you really think I wouldn't scan for surveillance? He gestures to a small jamming device on his desk. In the temple, Yoda curses. The transmission cut out 2 minutes ago. They've been listening to static. It doesn't matter, Mace says. We heard enough. And we have Anakin's testimony. The testimony of emotionally unstable Padawan who was just denied promotion, who has every reason to lie. Who might be compromised by the dark side himself. You admitted to being Sidious. We all heard it. I shared philosophical discussions with someone I considered a friend, and you burst in here with weapons drawn, ready to kill an unarmed politician. Palpatine's hands rise. Empty, helpless old man. Please, Jedi Masters, I'm too weak. Don't kill me. Anakin recognizes the performance, the same act that worked on Mace in the other timeline. He's lying. He's not weak. He's the most dangerous being in the galaxy. But Palpatine's facade is perfect. Trembling. Afraid. Palpatine lowers his lightsaber slightly. Perhaps we should take him into custody. Let the Senate decide. Palpatine strikes. Force lightning erupts from his hands. Not the theatrical display from the other timeline. Pure. Concentrated. Lethal. Palpatine dies instantly. Lightning burning through his chest. Ajan Kolar raises his blade. Palpatine's lightsaber appears in his hand, pulled from a hidden statue with the Force. Red blade igniting. One strike. Ajan Kolar's head separates from his body. 2 Jedi Masters dead in 3 seconds. Kit Fisto and Mace Windu engage, but Palpatine is impossibly fast. Form 7 Juyo. Unpredictable, vicious. Obi-Wan moves to flank. Form 3 Soresu. Perfect defense. Anakin joins the attack. Form V Gemso. Vader's style. Overwhelming power. 4 Jedi versus 1 Sith Lord. The office erupts into chaos. Furniture explodes. Windows shatter. The desk is cleaved in half. Palpatine moves like lightning, his blade weaving between theirs. Every strike, calculated to kill. He targets Kit Fisto, the spinning corkscrew attack that's killed so many Jedi. But Kit is ready, warned by Anakin's intelligence. He dodges. Counters. Palpatine snarls. This isn't going according to plan. They were supposed to be unprepared. Surprised. Easy kills. Instead, they know his techniques. They're working together. Coordinated. You cannot win. Palpatine's voice is rage and fury. I am the Senate. I am the Republic. And I will not be destroyed by you. He unleashes Force lightning at all of them. Massive wave of electrical energy. Mace's blade catches it. Vapod form channeling the dark side back. Obi-Wan deflects his portion. Kit Fisto redirects it into the walls. Anakin absorbs it on his blade. Muscles screaming. But he's felt worse. 20 years in the suit was worse. He steps forward through the storm. Palpatine's eyes widen. Anakin's blade comes down. Heavy. Brutal. Vader's strike. It connects with Palpatine's lightsaber. The impact drives the Sith Lord back. Mace presses from the left. Kit from the right. Obi-Wan from behind. Palpatine is surrounded. Wounded. His shoulder bleeding from Anakin's strike. His leg from Kit's slash. You've lost, Mace says. Surrender. Palpatine's response is to blast the entire wall with Force energy. The transperisteel shatters outward. Coruscant night air rushing in, 40 stories above the street. Then Palpatine leaps, out into open space. After him, Mace shouts. They pursue, Force-enhanced jumps, landing on speeder platforms, chasing through Coruscant's upper levels. Palpatine uses every technique, force speed, telekinetic barriers, lightning at civilians to slow pursuit. But the Jedi stay close. Finally, Palpatine reaches a landing platform. Private shuttle waiting. Escape. He sprints toward it. Obi-Wan Force pulls the shuttle. It lurches, crashes into a barrier. Palpatine stumbles. Turns. The 4 Jedi surround him. Lightsabers raised. No escape routes left. It's over, Sidious, Mace says. Palpatine drops his lightsaber. Raises empty hands. Please, I surrender. Mercy. Mace's blade doesn't waver. You'll stand trial for your crimes. Will I? Or will you execute me here? Isn't that what the Jedi do? Kill those too dangerous to be left alive? It's the same argument. The same temptation he used on Mace in the other timeline. Mace looks at Anakin. Your counsel, Skywalker. You know what he becomes if we let him live. Anakin thinks of the Emperor, the Death Star, Alderaan. 20 years of atrocities, every instinct screams, kill him, end it, don't risk it. But we take him alive. Anakin says quietly, we give him a trial. Not because he deserves it, because we're better than him. Mace nods slowly. Agreed. Force-suppressing binders lock around Palpatine's wrists. Ancient Jedi technology. His connection to the Force severs. He's just a man now, old, defeated. But his eyes burn with hatred. This isn't over, Skywalker. Even in chains, I've won. The galaxy will tear itself apart without me. You'll see. Maybe, Anakin says, but it will be free to make that choice. Senate building, detention level, maximum security. Hours later, Darth Sidious, Sheev Palpatine, sits in a ray-shielded cell. Force-suppressing restraints. 4 Jedi guards outside. Senate security beyond them. He looks diminished, just an old man in simple robes. But his eyes still calculate, still plan. Mace Windu stands outside the cell, arms crossed, studying the prisoner. The Senate will convene in the morning. Emergency session. You'll face formal charges. Palpatine doesn't respond. Treason, conspiracy, murder, war crimes. The list is extensive. Still silence, Mace turns to leave. You've doomed the Republic. Palpatine finally speaks. Voice quiet, certain. Without me, it will collapse. The Separatists won't surrender. The systems will fragment. Chaos will reign. We'll take our chances with chaos over tyranny. Will you? When billions die in the power vacuum? When warlords carve up the galaxy? When the people beg for someone to impose order again? Mace doesn't look back. The Jedi will help rebuild. We'll find a better way. The Jedi, Palpatine laughs. Bitter. Your order is already dying, Windu, even without Order 66. Your relics. Dinosaurs. The galaxy has moved past you. Perhaps. But you won't be there to see it. Mace leaves. Jedi Temple. Council Chamber. Same night, emergency session. All 12 masters present. Exhausted. Stunned. They captured a Sith Lord. The Sith Lord. Darth Sidious himself. Yoda sits heavily in his chair. 900 years old, and this still shakes him. Failed we did. For 13 years, Sidious ruled the Republic. Under our very noses, blind we were. Obi-Wan speaks quietly. Master Yoda, we cannot blame ourselves for his deception. He spent decades perfecting his disguise. Still, failed we did. Mace stands at the center. Recriminations later. Right now we have more urgent concerns. Order 66. The chips are still in the clones. Sidious is captured. But someone else could trigger them. Still on Kamino. Masters, I've been analyzing the chip programming. There's a master override. A kill switch that can deactivate all chips remotely. Can we access it? Kit Fisto asks. Yes. From here. The Kaminoans built in a failsafe in case the Sith ever lost control. I can transmit the deactivation signal from Kamino's central cloning facility. Mace exchanges glances with Yoda. Do it. Immediately. Masters, if I may. Shakti hesitates. The deactivation is permanent. Once disabled, the chips cannot be reactivated. And we don't fully understand all their functions. If they serve other purposes beyond Order 66, disable them, Mace commands. Whatever else they do, the risk of genocide outweighs it. Shakti nods. Beginning deactivation sequence now. On Kamino, in the sterile white facility, Shakti inputs commands into the central control system. A progress bar appears. Red, counting upward. Deactivating behavioral modification chips. Galaxy-wide transmission. 5%, 15%. Across the galaxy, in the brains of 3 million clone troopers, the chips receive the signal. Kashyyyk. Commander Gree stands beside Master Yoda's empty quarters. The Grand Master departed hours ago for emergency council session. Gree feels odd, a pressure he didn't notice until it vanished. Utapau. Commander Cody watches a hologram of Obi-Wan Kenobi briefing the council. His mind feels clearer suddenly, sharper. Cato Nemoidia. Commander Oddball flies patrol above the city. His hand was reaching for his comlink. He doesn't remember why. My Gito. Commander Bakara stands with Kiadi Mundi. Something shifts in his mind. A command he can't quite remember. Fading. Gone. The deactivation spreads. World by world. Battalion by battalion. 50%. 75%. 90%. On Kamino, the progress bar reaches 100%. Deactivation complete. Shock TX hails. It's done, Masters. Every chip in the Grand Army has been permanently disabled. In the council chamber, relief is palpable. Obi-Wan slumps in a chair. We've actually done it. We've stopped Order 66. Anakin stands at the window, looking out over the temple, the city beyond. He remembers the other timeline. The temple burning, smoke rising into the night, clone troopers marching through corridors, younglings screaming. None of that happened. The temple stands. The younglings sleep safely in their quarters. The clones remain loyal. He changed the future. But at what cost? Mace approaches. Skywalker, the Senate will want your testimony tomorrow. About Palpatine. About how you knew. I'll tell them the truth. All of it? Anakin considers. The marriage. The secret he's kept for 3 years. Yes. All of it. Mace studies him. You know what that means. The consequences. I know. You'll be expelled from the Order. For breaking the code. For attachment. I know. Silence. Then Mace does something unexpected. He places a hand on Anakin's shoulder. You saved us. All of us. Whatever happens next, remember that. You saved the Jedi Order. I just chose differently than I did before. That's all any of us can do. Padmé's apartment. Dawn. Next morning. Anakin enters to find Padmé awake, dressed. Ready. I heard what happened. The entire Senate is talking about it. Palpatine arrested. Accusations of being a Sith Lord. It's true. All of it. She embraces him. You did it. You stopped him. We stopped him. You were there. You were brave. I stayed in the outer office while you faced a Sith Lord. That's not brave. You trusted me. Believed me when I told you the impossible. That's the bravest thing anyone's done. They sit together on the couch, her head on his shoulder, his hand on her belly. What happens now? She asks. The Senate convenes in 2 hours. I testify. Tell them everything. Including us? Including us. She pulls back, looks at him. Anakin, if you reveal our marriage, the Jedi will expel you. Your entire life has been the Order. But I've seen what comes next. I've seen what happens when I try to be both a Jedi and a husband in secret. It destroys everything. So I'm choosing. Openly. Honestly. Choosing what? You. Our children. A life where I don't have to lie about the people I love. Tears stream down her face. You'd give up the Jedi for me? I'd give up anything for you. I learned that lesson the hard way. Senate chamber. Grand convocation. 2 hours later. Every senator present. Every pod occupied. The chamber buzzes with tension and confusion. At the center, Mas Amedda, Vice Chancellor presiding. Lost. Uncertain. Bail Organa rises. Pod floating to the center. This emergency session is called to order. We are here to address charges against Supreme Chancellor Sheev Palpatine. Charges of treason, conspiracy, and forced corruption. Murmurs ripple through the chamber. Senator Orn Free Taz Pod moves forward. This is absurd. The Chancellor has served the Republic faithfully for 13 years. These accusations are Jedi propaganda. Askok. I agree. The Jedi have attempted a coup. We should be arresting them. Bail Organa maintains composure. The Jedi have evidence. Testimony, recordings. We will hear it all before passing judgment. Mace Windu steps forward. Jedi robes. Lightsaber at his belt. Commanding presence. Senators, what you are about to hear will challenge everything you believe about this war, about your government, about the Republic itself. He activates a holographic display, the evidence from Kamino, the chips, the contingency orders. Order 66. The Senate watches in horrified silence. These chips were implanted in every clone trooper, without their knowledge, without their consent. One command from the Supreme Chancellor would have turned our entire army against the Jedi. Against you. Against anyone he deemed a threat. Senator Amidala's pod moves forward. Padmé stands. Voice clear. Furthermore, we have testimony from Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker, who witnessed Chancellor Palpatine's confession firsthand. Anakin steps into the light. Jedi robes. Mechanical hand visible. The Senate murmurs. The hero with no fear. Palpatine's protege. Senators, Anakin begins. 3 days ago, I received information through the Force, a vision of the future. I saw Chancellor Palpatine reveal himself as Darth Sidious, Dark Lord of the Sith. I saw him manipulate both sides of this war. I saw him order the execution of every Jedi in the galaxy. Orn Free Ta. A vision. You expect us to believe in prophecy. I expect you to believe evidence. Last night, I confronted the Chancellor. I recorded our conversation. He admitted to being Sidious. He admitted to orchestrating the war. He admitted to planning the genocide of the Jedi Order. Where is this recording? Ak demands. Anakin's expression darkens. Palpatine jammed the transmission, but 5 Jedi Masters witnessed his confession in person. Witnessed him attack us with Force lightning. Witnessed him kill 2 Masters in seconds. Bail Organa, the evidence is clear. The Supreme Chancellor was secretly a Sith Lord. He manipulated this entire war to seize power. Orn Free Ta. Or the Jedi are lying, manufacturing evidence to justify their coup. The Senate erupts into argument, shouting. Chaos. Padmé's voice cuts through, amplified by the chamber's acoustics. Senators. Silence falls. I have served in this Senate since I was 14 years old. I have worked alongside Chancellor Palpatine for 13 years, and I am telling you now, I believe the Jedi. I believe the evidence, and I believe we came dangerously close to losing the Republic entirely. I second Senator Amidala's assessment. The delegation of 2000 has been warning about Palpatine's emergency powers for months. We saw how he refused to relinquish them, how he consolidated authority. We questioned his motives then. Now we know why. The tide begins to turn. Bail Organa calls for a vote. I propose that we officially recognize Sheev Palpatine as having committed treason against the Republic, that he be stripped of all authority, that he face trial for his crimes. The vote is contentious. Close, but it passes. Palpatine is no longer Supreme Chancellor. He is a prisoner awaiting judgment. Bail Organa is elected interim Chancellor by emergency vote. Temporary, until proper elections can be held. The session continues. Now comes the harder part. There is one more matter, Bail says. Jedi Knight Skywalker has additional testimony regarding his knowledge of Palpatine's identity. Anakin steps forward again. This is it, the moment of truth. Senators, the Force vision I received was extensive. It showed me the next 23 years, what would happen if I failed to stop Palpatine, and it showed me the mistakes I made that led to that future. He takes a breath. One of those mistakes was keeping secrets, lying to the people I served, hiding the truth out of fear. So I'm going to tell you the truth now, all of it. Padmé's eyes widen. She knows what's coming. I am married to Senator Padmé Amidala. We were wed 3 years ago on Naboo. She is pregnant with our children. I have been violating the Jedi Code for the entirety of our relationship. The Senate goes silent, completely silent, then erupts into chaos. Jedi in the gallery react with shock. Some knew. Most didn't. Obi-Wan closes his eyes. He knew this was coming, but hearing it publicly still hurts. Mace Windu's expression is unreadable. Bail Organa calls for order. Senator Amidala. Is this true? Padmé stands, chin raised, defiant. Yes. Anakin and I married after the Battle of Geonosis. We kept it secret because the Jedi Code forbids attachment. But I love him. I'm proud to be his wife. And I won't apologize for it. The Senate erupts again. Some senators outraged. Others sympathetic. Others simply confused. Why reveal this now? Mon Mothma asks. Carefully neutral. Anakin answers. Because in the vision, my fear of losing Padmé was what Palpatine used against me. He told me he could teach me to save her from dying. He promised me the dark side could prevent death. And because I was desperate, because I was afraid, because I was keeping secrets, I believed him. I'm not making that mistake again. I'm choosing honesty, transparency, even if it costs me everything. Bail Organa looks at Mace Windu. Master Windu, how does the Jedi Council respond to this confession? Mace steps forward. His voice is heavy. The Jedi Code is clear. Attachment is forbidden. Marriage is forbidden. Anakin Skywalker has violated that code knowingly and deliberately. Pause. However, he also saved the Jedi Order. He stopped a Sith plot that would have destroyed us. He acted with courage, wisdom, and selflessness. The council will deliberate on his fate. But not here. Not now. This is a matter internal to the Order. Bail nods. Very well. This session is adjourned. Jedi Temple. Council Chamber. That evening, Anakin stands in the center, alone, surrounded by the 12 masters, his fate in their hands. Mace speaks first. Anakin Skywalker, you have confessed to violating the Jedi Code, to forming forbidden attachments, to keeping secrets from this council for 3 years. Yes, Master. You understand the consequences. I do. Then you understand that we have no choice but to expel you from the Jedi Order. Anakin nods. He expected this, prepared for it. But before Mace can continue, Yoda interrupts. Wait. Every master turns to the Grand Master. Yoda stands, walks to the center, looks up at Anakin with ancient, sad eyes. Saved us, you did. The Order, the Republic, the galaxy. A debt to you we owe. I don't want debt, Master Yoda. I did what was right. Know this. I do. But still, question, I must. Expel you, should we? For attachment? When attachment was what saved us. Mace frowns. Master Yoda, the code is clear. The code, wrong it may be. Silence, complete, shocked silence. For 800 years, served the Order I have, followed the code without question. But blind, it made us. Arrogant, detached from the very people we swore to protect. Yoda turns to address all the masters. Anakin's love for Senator Amidala, the problem was not. His fear of losing her, yes. His unwillingness to trust us, yes. But the love itself, pure that was, powerful that was. And ultimately, what saved him from falling? Kiadi Mundi, you're suggesting we change the code? After 1,000 years? Change or die, a choice we face. Adapt to new understanding, or remain rigid until we break. Obi-Wan stands. Master Yoda is right. I've watched Anakin for 13 years. His capacity for love is his greatest strength, not his weakness. We've been teaching Jedi to suppress what makes them whole. Plo Koon. But without boundaries, without humanity, Shak Ti interrupts. We become dogmatic enforcers, not guardians of peace. The council debates, arguing. Some masters refuse to budge, others begin to reconsider. Finally, Yoda calls for a vote. Expel Skywalker, or allow him to remain. Knowing of his marriage, we must decide. The vote is close. But ultimately, Anakin is not expelled. Instead, he is censored, officially reprimanded. His rank frozen, he remains a knight, not promoted to master. But he can stay in the Order, if he wants to. Mace looks at him. The council has decided. You may remain a Jedi, but you will not be promoted. Your marriage will be known. You will live openly with Senator Amidala, and you will serve as an example, either of a new path forward or of the dangers of attachment. The choice is yours, Skywalker. Do you accept these terms? Anakin looks around the chamber, at the masters who've guided him, doubted him, trained him, at Obi-Wan, his brother in all but blood, at Yoda, the ancient wisdom who's willing to change. Then he thinks of Padmé, of Luke and Leia, unborn but present in his mind. I appreciate the council's mercy, truly, but I have to decline. Shock ripples through the chamber. Decline? Mace repeats. You're refusing to stay? I'm choosing my family. I've spent my entire life being what others expected me to be, the chosen one, the hero, the Jedi. But I need to discover who I actually am, and I can't do that while serving the Order. Obi-Wan's voice is pained. Anakin, you are a Jedi. It's who you trained me to be, Master, and I'm grateful. But I need to be more than that now. I need to be a husband, a father, a man. He unhooks his lightsaber from his belt, places it on the floor in the center of the council chamber. I'll always be grateful for what you taught me, but my place is with Padmé, with our children. That's my choice. Yoda hobbles forward. Go, you may. But remember, once a Jedi, always a Jedi. In your heart, the Force remains. Anakin bows. May the Force be with you, masters. He turns and walks out. Obi-Wan follows him into the corridor. Anakin, wait. He stops. Turns. Obi-Wan embraces him. I'm proud of you. You made the right choice. Not the easy one. The right one. Thank you, Master, for everything. I'm not your master anymore. I'm your friend. Always. They separate. Anakin walks down the temple steps for the last time as a Jedi. Padmé waits at the bottom in a speeder. He climbs in beside her. How did it go? I'm free. She smiles through tears. Where do we go now? Wherever you want. We have the rest of our lives to decide. They fly off into the Coruscant sunset. Behind them, the Jedi temple stands. Changed. Beginning to reform. Ahead, the future uncertain, but theirs. 6 months later, Naboo. Lake country. A small villa. Modest. Peaceful. Surrounded by gardens and water. Inside, Padmé lies on a medical table. Medical droids attending. Anakin holding her hand. One more push, Senator. The droid encourages. Padmé screams. Pushes. A baby's cry. It's a boy. The droid announces. Luke Skywalker enters the world. Wailing. Healthy. Perfect. Anakin holds his son. Tears streaming. Hello, Luke. I'm your father. We're not done, the second droid says. Another contraction. Minutes later, a second cry. It's a girl. Leia Skywalker. Just as loud. Just as perfect. Padmé holds her daughter. Exhausted. Radiant. They're beautiful. Just like their mother. The droids confirm. Mother and children are healthy. No complications. No broken hearts. Anakin changed the future. Visitors arrive over the following days. Obi-Wan. Bringing gifts. Meeting his niece and nephew. Holding them with tears in his eyes. Bail Organa and Mon Mothma, now co-chancellors of the Reformed Republic. Ahsoka Tano, Anakin's former Padawan, who left the Order herself. Understanding his choice completely. R2-D2 and C3PO, the droids who've been with them through everything. The Republic is healing. Slowly. Palpatine's trial lasted 3 months. The evidence overwhelming. Sith artifacts from his chambers. Communications with separatist leaders. Testimony from 100 witnesses. Verdict. Guilty on all counts. Sentence. Life imprisonment and maximum security. Force suppressed. Under constant guard. He'll die in that cell. Alone. Defeated. The separatists surrendered after Palpatine's capture. Without central leadership, the movement collapsed. Systems rejoined the Republic voluntarily. The Clone Wars ended not with conquest, but with reconciliation. The clone army transitioned to volunteer service. With chips removed, many clones chose civilian life. Others remained soldiers by choice. Commander Rex opened a security training academy on Coruscant. Commander Cody retired to Naboo, started a farm. Fives alive in this timeline, became an advocate for clone rights, ensured every brother had citizenship and opportunity. The Jedi Order reformed. Yoda stepped down as Grandmaster. Too old I am. New leadership needed it is. Obi-Wan took his place, reluctantly, but with determination to change the order from within. The code was revised, not abandoned, adapted. Marriage is no longer forbidden. Families are allowed. Emotional honesty is encouraged. Attachment is taught as something to understand, not suppress. The order is smaller, but healthier. 5 years later, Naboo, same villa. Luke and Leia, 5 years old, playing in the garden, both showing signs of Force sensitivity, moving toys with their minds, sensing emotions. Anakin watches from the terrace. Padmé beside him. Have you thought about it? She asks. Whether to train them? Every day. And I'll teach them about the Force, about choice, about balance, but I won't force them to be Jedi. That's their decision when they're older. Obi-Wan keeps asking when you'll come back to the Order. I know, but this is where I belong. Here, with you, with them. He looks at his family, at the life he almost destroyed, at the future he saved. In the other timeline, I spent 23 years in a black suit, breathing through a machine, serving an emperor, destroying everything I loved. But here, now, I'm just Anakin, father, husband, free man. Padmé takes his hand. Do you ever hear it? The breathing. Sometimes, in nightmares. but less often now. It's fading. Luke runs up. Dad, Leia says she can lift bigger rocks than me. Leia behind him. Because I can. Can too. Anakin laughs. Genuine. Free. How about we find out together? Come on. I'll teach you. They spend the afternoon in the garden. Father and children. Learning the Force not as weapons but as tools for understanding. That evening, after the children sleep, Anakin sits alone on the terrace, looking at the stars. Somewhere out there, Obi-Wan leads the Jedi. Bail Organa governs the Republic. The galaxy heals. And here, on Naboo, a family lives. He thinks about the prophecy, the chosen one, bringing balance to the Force. Maybe he did. Not through destruction, through choice. Not by becoming Vader. By refusing to. Not by serving the dark side or the light side exclusively. By understanding both and choosing his own path. Balance. The Force settles around him. Peaceful. Content. No dark side corruption. No light side dogma. Just presence. Padmé joins him. What are you thinking about? Everything. The future I prevented. The life we built. Whether I made the right choice. Do you think you did? He looks at her. At the villa where their children sleep. At the life they've made together. Yes. I chose love over fear. Family over duty. Truth over secrets. And I'd make the same choice 1,000 times. She kisses him. I love you, Anakin Skywalker. I love you too. Inside, Luke stirs in his sleep. Dreams of flying. Adventures. Becoming a hero like his father. Leia dreams of leading. Commanding. Changing the galaxy. Both dreams will come true. But differently than the other timeline. This time, they'll have their father. Their mother. Each other. This time, the Skywalker family stays whole. Morning comes. Twin suns rising over Naboo's lakes. Anakin wakes. Padmé beside him. The sound of children laughing downstairs. He stretches. No mechanical limbs. No respirator. No suit. Just skin and bone and breath. Free. He goes downstairs. Luke and Leia arguing over breakfast. Padmé mediating. C-3PO fussing. R2-D2 whistling commentary. Normal family chaos. Perfect. Anakin joins them. Picks up Leia and spins her. Ruffles Luke's hair. What's the plan today? Padmé asks. I thought we could visit the market. Let the kids pick out parts for that droid they want to build. The one that's going to do everything? That's the one. They spend the day together. Market. Lake. Building. Playing. Ordinary moments. Ordinary joys. The things Vader never had. The things worth more than all the power in the galaxy. As the second sun sets, Anakin stands on the terrace one last time. In his mind, for the first time in years, there is no respirator sound. No K-A-H-H-H-A. Just silence. Peace. The ghost of Vader finally laid to rest. Not by destroying him, not by denying him, by becoming someone better. Someone who knows what darkness looks like. Who's tasted it? Who carries the memories of 23 years in hell and chooses light anyway? Every single day. The choice that saved everything. The choice that mattered most. Anakin Skywalker, standing on his terrace on Naboo watching his children play, is not the chosen one. He's not a Jedi master. He's just a man who made the right choice when it counted. And that's enough. More than enough. Everything. The stars emerge. Naboo's moons rise. The night is peaceful. Inside, Padmé calls him for dinner. He goes. Sits with his family. Listens to Luke's story about the droid parts. Leia's plan to make it better than Dad's design. He smiles. Laughs. Lives. This is what he fought for. This exact moment. Not glory. Not power. Not even redemption. Just this. His family. His life. His choice. And it's perfect. Outside, the Force flows. Balanced. Content. Light and dark in harmony. Not through suppression. Through understanding. The prophecy fulfilled. Not through fire and blood and sacrifice, but through one man's choice to ask for help, instead of facing his demons alone. To trust, instead of fear. The galaxy spins on. The Republic rebuilds. The Jedi reform. The clones find freedom. And on Naboo, in a small villa by the lake, the Skywalker family lives. Happily, honestly, whole, fade to black. The Force is with them, always. Let us know what you'd like to see next. The end.